శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. In this video, let us discuss about the path one has to choose on the spiritual kingdom. People, everyone is interested, irrespective of the intensity, knowingly or unknowingly, in the divinity which is mysterious. So, either out of fear or out of fulfilling their desires, etc., everybody, knowingly and unknowingly, they are treading the path of divinity. In this journey, normally we stick to one stage without moving further. We have to remember that when you first step in on this quest, you should not rest till you realize or reach the door of the divinity. It is like this. We feel some contentment at one stage or other and feel that's all, everything about the unknown. But it is not so. We have to remember that stagnation on any path is equal to death. We have to keep on moving further and further. The essential part of the spiritual journey is choosing a path. In that choosing a right path, we wander again and again. We step into one path, and after some time we feel discontented or discontentment at the core of your heart and drift away from that to another. So, whoever feels contentment on the surface, on this path, is not so in reality, because at the core of their heart, that grief, that misery, that suffering always continues, though it may not appear outside in social circles. So, the only way to get out of that incessant misery, grief, and discontentment is wisdom and realization of the divinity. Wisdom happens only in realization of the divinity. We try to find the God or divinity or nature or the Almighty in so many ways. We read books, we travel on pilgrimages, we do so many other activities, or we may indulge in so many aspirations and activities, but of no avail. Here, how do you know that you are on the right path to divinity? It is not in finding the way. It is not in finding the path. It is in realizing the manifestation of that all merciful divinity in your life in reality. How the God or divinity is reaching out to you, is taking care of you, how much it is loving you, the incomparable compassion and grace that is being showered in your daily life. That is the ultimate realization of that all-pervading consciousness or divinity or nature. So, people who are on this journey initially want to find a right path for their journey and realization of the God. But we have to remember one thing in this regard. The path to God or divinity or nature is not a carved out map or a road or a highway. It is not a highway. Everyone has to find his own path. When you begin to walk, the path opens up for you only. Your path shows the way. It is not a path treaded by anybody. It is your own path. So, it is like this. Birds fly in the air, but they leave no trace for others to follow. Similarly, the masters and enlightened beings leave no trace of their path, because as everyone is unique, they have to evolve their own path on this journey. Truth cannot be given by any master. Truth cannot be borrowed. It has to be realized. So, the love and grace of the master is always there for a sincere seeker. But that love and grace cannot give you the path. That gives you, that love and grace of the master will strengthen your feet and encourages you to walk alone on your path. So, the path treaded by so many saints and sages are unique. They have evolved their own path. For instance, a great sage, Ramana Maharshi, he doesn't have any master of his own. His awareness and inner voice has become a guide and led him to the path, to the unknown path of divinity. Nobody else has become a Ramana. They draw people, the other disciples have drawn the inspiration from him about the self-realization and evolved their own path in the journey. Buddha has no master. Some inner voice within him has paved the way and shown the path which he has to tread. Similarly, so many saints and sages are there. So, the love and grace of the divinity and masters always guides one who is sincerely and honestly interested, not out of curiosity, but with a quest of intensity. He will be guided by his own self. So, the path one has to choose, one has to draw for himself. To attain God, there is no way other than carving out his own map or way. So, the millions of people have treaded the paths of others, but they could not realize the manifestation of the divinity within themselves. So, if the people who have tread the path of others could find their own path, drawing inspiration from such great sages and saints, it is a divine grace. So, one has to tread the path alone. Nobody else will accompany you in your journey. You have to find that divinity by yourself. When you meet for the first time that all merciful God, one who attains God realization, there will be a kind of freshness, a kind of originality, a kind of reality, and an incomprehensible peace, bliss, and joy flows within, and the only expression of such an enlightened being is silence. The peace flows in his face, the bliss, I mean that bliss, that divine bliss, that sparks of the divine bliss can be seen in his facial gestures. It is like a man fully drunk of God, of that divinity, how it looks, how he behaves. He, for the first time, when he experiences that divinity, such enlightened ones express their bliss by singing, by dancing beyond the physicality. I mean, the gestures of dancing and singing just happen there beyond their physicality. So, if God can be realized by a path already laid down and treaded by thousands of people, that experience, that divine experience, that realization of godliness cannot be so fresh and so blissful and so realistic. So, as if he is meeting you for the first time, as if it is the first happening in the universe, you feel God so near, so dear, and so blissful, so joyful, and that kind of feeling, that kind of experience is inexplicable. So, to attain, to realize your own self, to realize the God, to realize that inexplicable love and grace of that all merciful divinity, you have to choose, you have to evolve, you have to realize your own path. And as already said, once you begin to walk and take the first step, then the God will take you further in his fold. See, why a path is required for everyone? Remember, every human being is unique. Everyone is unique. For example, you take a thumbprint that is unique to every single individual. Similarly, the God has made every cell of your body within his own self. So, that is the love of the Creator, to have you made as unique. There is no one to match you in this world. So, such is the care, such is the love of the Lord. So, realize that uniqueness because you are unique. Your path is also unique to reach Him. So, remember your source of creation. Recollect the love of the God in your own book of life and devise, draw your own path to realize that all merciful divinity and nature.